Hi, my dear friends. Hopefully, all of you fine and safe. I am also be fine and safe, my dear friends. This is Mohammed Rafi, faculty on indirect taxes in Unacademy for CF final English version. Dear friends, I would like to bring to your notice now important concept for CF final indirect tax laws, paper number 8, under that customs law, wherein important element duty drawback under the customs. Before commencing this, my dear friends, bringing to your notice features of Unacademy. Watch my next special class for free. You have here following features: raise hand to speak directly with educator in a live class, voice chat to discuss doubts and concepts with educator, ask your doubts through screenshot, text and voice chat, test your knowledge through live quizzes and polls. As a whole, my dear friends, new features: raise a hand, thereby you can speak directly with the educator. Voice chat is available for special classes which are made available absolutely free to our beloved students at large. All special classes of Unacademy absolutely free. Unacademy, ask a doubt anytime from anywhere. Ask unlimited doubts. Ask your doubts at any time. Get high quality solutions in English and Hindi. Receive exam matches for questions. Obtain instant and accurate solution to queries, questions. Get assistance with your homework. What a great feature it is. Under the press subscription, you have option to choose plan for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, depends upon the group which you choose for your CF final exam of especially May 2022 as well as November 2022 attempt. While subscribing, please use my code RAFILIVE, Rafi Live. Thereby you get 10% discount from the existing subscription price from the educator side. Unacademy is offering to our beloved learners at large. Combo subscription, group 1, group 2 together also can subscribe. We too have iconic subscription under Unacademy application, a flagship program for CF final aspirants it is. There are many more benefits than that of plus subscription one can come across in the iconic subscription, like one-to-one doubt solving session, live mentoring program, in short we call LMP. Features are available in iconic. The Unacademy is conducting, Unacademy educators conducting test at 3 stages during the course: 40% completion, 80% completion and 100% completion of the syllabus. Test conducting, evaluating the papers and guiding like a friendly nature to improve performance of our beloved students. Furthermore benefits in iconic, where you will get printed books from Unacademy top educators, Yashas Academy educators. Hiscot community building platform is available in the Iconic flagship program. Subscribe Iconic for your effective learning of studies at CF final group 1, group 2 or combo as you like manner. While subscribing, please use my code RAFI Rafi LIVE live. Thereby you get instantaneously 10% discount then and there. With this, my dear friends, now I am moving to the subject today we are going to discuss. Duty drawback under the customs law, which is well applicable for your May 2022 attempt as well as November 2022 CF final group 2 paper number 8 indirect tax laws. Is as follows, my dear friends. Duty drawback. Dear friends, if you not suffered duty at earlier stages, you are not at all entitled to any duty drawback. Meaning thereby, duty paid at earlier stages by a person on fulfilling certain conditions is eligible to avail the benefit of duty already what he paid to get back is called as duty drawback concept. Wherein we have, my dear friends, the duty drawback concepts like this. Section 74 of duty drawback followed by section 75 of duty drawback under the Customs Act 1962. If you refer here, my dear sir, there are two broad group of sections are available. Section 75 and prior to that section 74. If you refer here section 74 of duty drawback, section 74 of the Customs Act 1962, I will tell you in a simplified manner what it is. Look here, my dear sir, I imported this product from outside India into India. On account of import, am I liable to pay import duty? Yes. I may be imported for my business purpose or I may be imported for my personal purposes, as the case may be. As long as there is no exemption which is in force, I bound to pay import duty on import of goods. Now, if I want to pay duty on imported of this product, let us say I paid import duty. For example, I imported a particular luxurious car. As a result, I paid import duty 20 lakh. What for imported? For my business purpose I imported, or I may be imported for my personal purposes, as the case may be. By payment of import duty, I cleared the goods from the Department of Customs. But I may use that in my business or I may not use at all. I dislike it and exporting back. If so, the duty paid at earlier stage, I can ask for duty drawback under section 74. What I imported, exactly I am exporting back. I am eligible to claim duty drawback section 74 of the CGST, section 74 of the Customs Act 1962. Repeating, under section 74 of the Customs Act 1962, I am eligible to claim duty drawback on such export of imported product. On the other hand, section 75 is there. I imported this product, for example, after payment of import duty in India, I manufactured this product and I produce a new product. This product I am exporting. That means what I am exporting, I have not imported as such. Therefore, for my export, there is no history of my import. I may import raw material, but I exported entirely different product. For the first time I am exporting that given product. In that case, on account of import of raw materials, I might have been suffered the import duty. That duty I can ask as a duty drawback on account of exporting its manufactured final product to outside India. That duty drawback falls under section 75 of the Customs Act 1962. So I explained to you section 74 of the Customs Act 1962 followed by section 75 of the Customs Act 1962. These two are two different continental approach to claim duty drawback. Section 74 cannot be considered as export incentive. Section 75 will be considered as export incentive. So my dear friends, now let us concentrate on section 74. What I imported for my business purpose or for my personal purposes. After payment of import duty, I am exporting back. If so, am I eligible to claim duty drawback? If so, how much duty drawback I can claim? What percentage I can claim? Within which period I have to export? If you look on the screen, my dear friends, you come across, in the given case, you may come across here. Look here, re-export of duty paid imported goods, section 74. Goods are imported for business purpose or goods may be imported for personal purposes as the case may be. If I imported for my business purpose, have I exported back after using I exported back? I mean to say this, after using it for my business, I am exporting back, or is it exporting back without use for my business? Without use or after use? Sir, I am exporting, sir. What I imported without use, sir? I imported luxury car for 20 lakhs of payment of import duty. I imported the luxury car, import duty itself I paid 20 lakhs, sir. What for imported? No, for my business purpose, sir. But after that, after payment of import duty, I dislike it, sir. Therefore, exporting back, sir, as such. Can I claim duty drawback? Yes. If you export back within 2 years from the date of payment of import duty on 20 lakhs of import duty, how much duty drawback will get back means 98%. 19 lakhs 60,000 duty drawback you will get back. 100% you cannot get. It is clear. 100% you cannot get, my dear. You will get 98% of duty paid on imported goods will get back as a duty drawback, provided if you export it back without use within 2 years from the date of payment of import duty. Fine. Sir, if I imported for my business purpose, after payment of import duty, I want to export back after using that for my business purpose. If that is the case, my dear friends, very good. Have you exported within 3 months from the date of payment of import duty? Yes, sir. In that case, my dear friends, you will get here within 3 months means 95% of duty drawback. You will get 95% of import duty paid on imported goods. You will get back duty drawback. That means 20 lakhs of import duty paid on account of import of luxury car. 95% is equal to 19 lakhs. 19 lakhs you will get duty drawback, provided you have to use it in India and exporting back within 3 months from the date of payment of import duty. If I export it back after 3 months but within 6 months from the date of payment of import duty, in that case no problem, you are eligible to claim duty drawback 85% of duty suffered by you. I suffered 20 lakh duty sir, on which 85% is equal to 17 lakhs you will get as a duty drawback. Sir, if I exported after using it for my business purpose, after payment of import duty I import the goods and use for business purpose, export it back now after 6 months but within 9 months from the date of payment of import duty. In that case, my dear friends, you will get 75% of duty what you suffered. 75% of duty suffered. Duty suffered 20 lakhs sir. 75% of 20 lakhs is equal to 15 lakhs you will get back. Sir, if I exported after payment of import duty, after using in my business, after 9 months but within 12 months, in that case you will get here 70% of duty paid on account of import as a duty drawback, 20 lakhs on which 70%, 14 lakhs you will get as a duty drawback. Sir, if I exported after importation, after using quite for some time for my business purpose, exporting back after 12 months but within 15 months, after 12 months but within 15 months, in that case my dear friends, you will get here 65% of duty suffered by you on account of import. 20 lakhs duty suffered on account of import, yes sir, on 20 lakh 60 and on 20 lakh here 65%, 13 lakhs you will get duty drawback if you export after 12 months but within 15 months from the date of payment of import duty. Further, if you export back after 15 months but within 18 months from the date of payment of import duty, then in that case 20 lakhs duty drawback, 20 lakhs you suffer the duty on which duty drawback is 60%, which is equal to 12 lakh, which is equal to 12 lakh. Got the clarity? Just a given illustrative example. So within 3 months 95%, within 6 months 85%, within 9 months 75%, within 12 months 70%, within 15 months 65%, within 18 months 60% of duty suffered on import you will get back as duty drawback, my dear friends. Got the clarity, my dear sir? Further, if I have been imported goods by payment of import duty my personal purposes, in that case that I am exporting back as such after use or without use. If I export back without use, immediately then 98% of the duty suffered by me on account of import I am eligible to claim duty drawback. On other hand, imported for personal purposes, use quite for some time and exporting back, in that case the duty drawback depends upon the period of usage. Here my dear friends, from the date of payment of import duty for 4 quarters, each quarter here you will get percentage of duty drawback here, you will get, I mean to say reduction in duty drawback percentage 4%, 4% you will get back. 100 minus 4, 96, 96 minus 4, 92, like that you will go. Each quarter reduction 4% from the rate of payment of import duty for 4 quarters, each quarter 4% reduction. Thereafter, for the next 4 quarters 3% reduction. And the next 4 quarters 2.5% reduction. 2.5% reduction, and the next 4 quarters 2% reduction. Starting with 96% ends with 54%. These are the percentages applied on duty paid and imported goods when you are re-exporting after use. For the first 2 years, you can export back after use, can claim duty drawback of depends upon these percentages. But if you want to export in 3rd year and 4th year, you have to get prior permission from CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs. This is what section 74 refers. Under section 74, we have cases for which duty drawback not at all allowed under section 74. What are they? They are as follows, my dear friends. If you look here, you understand. Duty drawback on re-export not allowed. Duty drawback on re-export not allowed. 1. Wearing apparel, except in case of re-export without being used. If it is without being used, if you export, duty drawback is allowed, which is 98%. That is only allowed for wearing apparel. If you use the wearing apparel exporting back, duty drawback not allowed. Tea chest exporting back. Tea chest means the tea powder can be kept in a box called tea chest. Exporting of tea chest after payment of import duty on account of import of same, duty drawback not allowed. Exposed cinema photographic films passed by the Board of Film Censor in India also be not qualified for duty drawback on account of import of these items. We paid the import duty and thereafter exporting back, duty drawback not allowed. For example, I imported, being a producer, a Hollywood movie, payment of import duty, and we watched here and displayed quite for some time, exhibiting in cinema theaters and exporting back the film again. You want me to get the duty drawback? No, the purpose has been solved. Again, duty drawback, why you are asking? Duty drawback not allowed. Further, unexposed photographic films, paper and plates and X-ray films not qualify for duty drawback, even though these goods are imported by payment of import duty. Then we might have been exported back within the period of time permissible to export, also be not qualify for duty drawback. Simple to say, blocked duty drawback list. Duty drawback is blocked for the following cases under section 74. This question has been asked in our CA final, December 2021 exam of CA final. Wearing apparel except in case of re-export without use. Tea chest exposed cinema photographic film passed by the Board of Film Censor in India. Unexposed photographic films, film, paper and paper plates, X-ray films disqualify for availing input tax. I mean to say, for availing duty drawback concept. Duty drawback concept is disqualified for the given products under section 74. What are imported by payment of import duty, exporting back as such qualify for duty drawback except the mentioned item on the above. Further, my dear friends, referring to you here, duty drawback concept, where I am referring now section 75. Section 75 duty drawback under the Customs Act 1962. There are 3 types of duty drawbacks. When it is applicable, I imported this product by payment of import duty. After manufacturing it in India, I exported back this finished product, which is a new product I am exporting. Thereby, I am eligible to claim duty drawback of duty paid by me on import of imported goods at an earlier stage. Section 75 says there are three types of duty drawbacks. 1. All industry duty drawback. 2. Special brand rate of duty drawback. And the third one, brand rate of duty drawback. In general, for my export of general goods like goggles, wearing apparels, watch, shoe, laptop, pen, paper, these are all general goods allowed to import or export without any restriction or prohibition. In such cases, these general goods exported by me whose name of the product nomenclature is there in the all industry duty drawback rate applicable list. Yes sir, all industry duty drawback rate only applicable, brand rate not at all applicable. At the same time, when you refer your exported product in all industry duty drawback applicable list, you are not able to find the place in it. In that case, those goods for which duty drawback is applicable, namely called as brand rate of duty drawback, like HIV medicine, like diamonds, which is not generally or import or export, a specific order only export. In such cases, those goods, since not named under the all industry duty drawback rate applicable list, for that product brand rate of duty drawback is applicable. Now coming to special brand rate of duty drawback, when will applicable? When a product which I exported to outside India, being an exporter, find the name of my product in all industry duty drawback rate applicable list, but how much duty drawback I am getting? Less than 80% of duties I already suffered. For example, my dear friends, I suffered duty on account of import of my raw material. I paid the duty, for example, 20 lakh. Get my point? 20 lakh of duty I suffered on account of import of goods, raw material. After I manufacture, I exported my product, my finished goods. FOB value of export is, let us say here 150 lakh, and I am getting duty drawback is 15 lakh based on the all industry duty drawback rate applicable list. How much I am getting? Only 15 lakh. Here 15 lakhs I am getting drawback. How much suffered the import duty on raw material? I suffered almost all 20 lakh. What is my recovery percentage? 15 lakh divided by 20 lakh is only recovery rate here is at the rate of 75% only I am recovering. If it is duty drawback under the all industry duty drawback rate applicable list, the recovery of duty drawback out of my duty suffered earlier less than 80%. In that case, hey Mr. Exporter, you please try to apply for the want of special brand rate of duty drawback. Especially Mr. Exporter, when you are exporting the goods, you need to submit shipping bill. In the shipping bill, if you want to claim duty drawback, you should mention in the shipping bill which duty drawback rate you are claiming. Is it all industry duty drawback rate you are claiming, or is it special brand rate of duty drawback you are claiming, or is it brand rate of duty drawback you are claiming? Which one you are claiming is important to note. Sir, I am claiming all industry drawback rate. You submitted shipping bill by admitting yourself, I want all industry drawback rate. Department admitted your shipping bill, accepted, permitted to export. You exported. Thereafter, sir, I want to revise my duty drawback from all industry duty drawback rate to special brand rate. Duty drawback not allowed. Therefore, be careful while applying duty drawback. You should be ensured that what is appropriate duty drawback applicable for you. And the same you mention in the shipping bill. Once it is accepted by the Department of Customs, it cannot be further altered. It cannot be further allowed to alter. Cannot be allowed to alter. Here, my dear friends, when we talk about duty drawback, it may be brand rate, all industry duty drawback rate, or special brand rate. As the case may be, duty drawback percentage wise, if you refer, my dear, here percentage wise, minimum 1% of duty drawback and maximum here is 33% on FOB value of export, free on board FOB value of export. When we talk about section 75 duty drawback, minimum 1% on FOB value, maximum 33% on FOB value of export. Further, by having this conceptual understanding, my dear friends, now I am presenting in front of you section 75 duty drawback not allowed cases. We also say that negative list of duty drawback. Negative list of duty drawback, which is section 76. In the following cases, duty drawback not allowed to you. What are they? 1. Duty drawback amount is less than 50 rupees. Less than 50 rupees, duty drawback, ignore, don't ask. In case of negative sale, what do you mean by negative sale? My sales rupees 100 lakh FOB value, but my purchases is, here I say that 100 lakhs my sale, my purchases 150 lakh, thereby result is negative. Therefore, negative sale. Negative sale, no duty drawback is allowed. My import is more than my export. Why should claim duty drawback? How can possible? What is your value addition to Indian economy? Not there. Therefore, no duty drawback. Further, my dear friends, basically you have to understand a conceptual verbatim point here. What for duty drawback is given to you, my dear? Duty drawback is given to you because of the error of the foreign currency. That's why government is encouraging you to export by giving incentives. One of the export incentive is duty drawback covered under section 75 of the Customs Act 1962. In this process, further, duty drawback not allowed if imported goods on which IGST claimed as input tax kit under the GST law, to the extent of IGST not qualify for duty drawback, but BCD will qualify for custom duty, namely the what we can call basic custom duty will qualify for duty drawback, since basic custom duty will not qualify for input tax kit under GST law. Further, my dear friends, duty drawback amount is more than 1/3 of the market value of exported goods. Duty drawback is restricted to 1/3 of the market value of export. For example, you exported the goods FOB value 60,000. 1/3 how much? 20,000. But you are claiming duty drawback 22,000. In that case, over and above 20,000, 1/3 of the market value of exported goods, duty drawback is not allowed. Up to 1/3 is allowed. Out of 22,000 rupees of your claim, the duty drawback will be granted by department only 20,000. In case of export of finished goods, market value 60 lakhs, but claiming duty drawback 22,000. In that case, on 60,000, one third 20,000. That much is allowed. Over and above one third not allowed. Further, export to Nepal, Bhutan, duty drawback is not allowed unless the payment realized in the convertible foreign currency, valuable than that of our Indian currency in general, like US dollars, UK pounds. If payment realized, well and good. Otherwise, goods export to Nepal, Bhutan, where the payment realizing in the Indian rupees or in Nepali rupees, like that, then duty drawback is not allowed for that export. Duty drawback as a percentage on FOB value of export is less than 1%. Duty drawback not allowed unless the value of duty drawback is more than or equal to rupees 500. For example, I exported the goods FOB value 1 lakh. FOB value 1 lakh, on which 0.75% duty drawback. 0.75% on FOB value of export is less than 1% only. But value 750 rupees coming, which is more than or equal to rupees 500. Therefore, duty drawback is allowed. If the value also less than 500, duty drawback percent is also less than 1% on FOB value of export, then duty drawback is not allowed. Further, duty drawback is not allowed if the exporter claiming any other export incentives, then duty drawback is not allowed. On account of export of goods, I am claiming MEIS benefit, merchandise export from India scheme, or now recently introduced from 1st January 2021 onwards. Remission of duties and taxes on exported goods and products. In that case, that benefits I am getting. If you are getting one benefit and same export, double benefit not allowed. Duty drawback is in lieu of any other export incentives. Further, my dear friends, duty drawback is not allowed if the sale proceeds not realized within the specified period of time specified by the FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Regulation Act. If the payment not realized within a specific period of time, then or specific period of time specified by the Reserve Bank of India, within that specific period of time the payment not realized in foreign currency from rate of export, after claim duty drawback, you should return back duty drawback. Duty drawback not allowed. Further, my dear friends, duty drawback amount exceeding the FOB value of exported goods is a fraud case, no? I exported the market value of export 1 lakh. Duty drawback 1,50,000. How possible? Duty drawback 1,50,000 whose market value itself 1 lakh is a fraud. In that case, duty drawback is not allowed. Further, time limit to claim duty drawback under the Customs Act 1962. Duty drawback can be claimed within 3 months from the date of export without any fine. There, Assistant Commissioner and Deputy Commissioner will permit you to get duty drawback. Suppose if you are not in a position to apply for the want of duty drawback within 3 months from the date of export, further 3 months you can take the time to apply for duty drawback. That time you have to pay the fine of 1% on the FOB value or rupees 1,000, whichever is less is the fine. Maximum amount is 1,000 rupees fine. If you wanted to apply for want of duty drawback after export, after expiry of 6 months from the date of export, then further 6 months time period you can take by applying application to Principal Commissioner or Commissioner of Central Tax, by paying the fees 2% on FOB value of export or rupees 1,000, whichever is less. Means Commissioner or Principal Commissioner of Customs, Principal Commissioner of Customs or Commissioner of Customs. To them you apply the application after the expiry of 6 months from date of export by taking further 6 months time period for the want of duty drawback under section 75, where you have to pay the fine at the rate of 2% of FOB value or rupees 2000, whichever is less. After exporting, after expiry of 1 year from the date of export, I want to claim duty drawback, not allowed. Time barred claim, go away. Further, my dear friends, a amended provision here I am bringing to notice. Refund of drawback of basic custom duty paid on inputs for deemed exports also allowed as on all industry rate basis. Earlier, inputs, which is duty paid on inputs for deemed export, only qualify for what we can call here is the bond rate. Earlier it was bond rate only applicable. Now all industry rate of duty drawback also applicable for the inputs on which I paid the duty, which final product I supplied to a particular holder of advance authorization export promotion capital goods scheme EO unit called deemed export. Section 147 of the CGST Act speaks this. If I supply that goods, now deemed exporter can also claim the duty paid on inputs or industry duty drawback. Further, my dear friends, clarification of the CBIC in this regard regarding duty drawback allowed in case of short realization, of export proceeds due to bank charges. Generally, if I export the goods, $10,000 of FOB value equivalent of Indian rupees should be realized into my bank account. Maybe there may be deduction of bank charges allowed. How much of account of bank charges or commission paid outside India will be tolerable to deduct as nominal expenditure, thereby duty drawback not required to proportionately reduce. Means 12.5% of the FOB value, 12.5% up to 12.5% of the FOB value will be considered as bank charges, including other commission incidental charges. That means I export the goods $10,000, 12.5% means $1,250. Bank charges, other incidental charges, which includes commission, tolerable. Realizable value out of $10,000, 8,750 after deducting 12.5% of tolerable limit, $8,750 are realized. Very good. It should not go less than $8,750. That means I exported my FOB value, again repeating, FOB value, let us say $10,000, tolerable limit 12.5%, $1,250. In that case, realized $8,750. Fair enough. Whatever duty drawback I claimed on export of my FOB value of $10,000, claimed only, not required to proportionate. If I got less than $8,750 as my sales realization, proportionate reduction in the duty drawback has to take place. Further, my dear friends, in case of duty drawback, I applied for the want of duty drawback, department delayed, or I claimed the duty drawback where I am not eligible to claim, I have to return back to department. In both the cases, interest clause is coming and appearing. Interest under section 28AA of the Customs Act 1962. Under the Customs Act, my dear friends, interest rate at the rate of 15% per annum only when you are going to pay to department. When the department going to pay to you, which remains 6%, my dear friends, which remains 6% per annum. Now, having these parameters, let us look into any drawback payable to a claimant under section 74 or under section 75 is not paid within the specified period of time, then 1 month from the date of filing the claim of duty drawback, payment not paid. In that case, interest rate at the rate of 6% per annum under section 27 capital A of the Customs Act 1962 should be paid as an interest to that particular applicant along with the duty drawback. On what value interest will be calculated means amount of drawback remaining unpaid to the claimant is subject to interest at the rate of 6% per annum only after expiry of 1 month. See, the date after expiry of the said period of 1 month till the date of such drawback shall be paid to the claimant. For first 1 month no interest, after expiry of 1 month, then from that date after expiry of 1 month till the date of payment of duty drawback at the rate of 6% per annum, interest should be paid along with the duty drawback by department will pay to you. When you are going to be refund back to department, when you are going to be returned back to department duty drawback, that time you bound to pay interest which is 15% per annum. Section 28 AA of the Customs. Drawback has been paid to the claimant erroneously or it becomes otherwise recoverable under this act or rules made thereunder. In that case, the specified period of time to pay back 2 months from the date of demand of the amount of drawback erroneously paid or otherwise recoverable. At the rate of 15% per annum under section 28 AA of the Customs Act, you have to pay interest on the duty drawback amount. Amount of drawback erroneously paid to the claimant or otherwise recoverable from him. From which date you have to pay the interest? No, from the day one you claim the duty drawback till the date of payment, you have to pay interest at the rate of 15% per annum. Hardship. The date of payment of such drawback to the claimant till the date of recovery of such drawback shall be paid by the claimant to the department. Further, my dear friends, presenting here, drawback shall not be recovered. Very important case. Drawback shall not be recovered. In which case, drawback shall not be recovered even though the payment not realized from the importer. Duty drawback, whatever claimed only. What a great it is. In which situation it is. Question going to come in the examination definitely on this part. As per rule number 16A, sub-rule number 5 of the Customs Central Excess Duties and Service Tax Drawback Rules 1995, where sale proceeds are not realized by an exporter within the specified period of time allowed under the FEMA, and the amount of drawback paid to the exporter shall or the claimant shall not be recovered if such non-realization sale proceeds is compensated by the Export Credit Guarantee Corporation Limited, Corporation of India Limited, namely ECGC, under an insurance coverage, and the Reserve Bank of India write off the requirement of realization of the sale proceeds on merit, and the exporter produces a certificate from the concerned foreign mission of India about the fact of non-realization of sale proceeds from the buyer. I will put this situation in an illustrative manner. I am Mr. X, exported my goods to the country called Japan, for example. The moment my goods landed at Japan port, tsunami came, not because of my goods landed over there, because of the natural calamity. Thereby, that port, that area, that importer, all are washed out. Who will pay to me the sale proceeds? But intelligently, when I export the goods, before export itself, I have taken an insurance policy under the ECGC, namely export credit capital goods, export credit guarantee corporation, sorry to say ECGC, export credit guarantee corporation of India, a insurance coverage for non-realization of sale proceeds like a loss of profit. Here also we have loss of sales realization, ECGC, export credit guarantee corporation of India Limited, where I taken the insurance premium. By paying the premium, insurance coverage for my loss of sales realization. Second one, Reserve Bank of India write it off, not going to realize at all because they know the fact. Third one, the foreign country, concerned country, foreign mission in India, foreign embassy in India certifies that the fact of non-realization, then highly sufficient. Whatever duty drawback I claim is claimed only, not required to return back to department. Even though my export sale proceeds, payment not realized, no problem. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Further, presenting here a important concept. I said export. If you export the goods, claim duty drawback. What is export? It should be cross 12 nautical miles from the baseline if the goods are exporting through sea. India defined under the customs which is extend up to 12 nautical miles from the baseline. If the goods before crossing 12 nautical mile, the goods loaded at port in a vessel at port, the vessel before crossing 12 nautical mile from the Indian port sunk in the water, sea. Whether claiming duty drawback is allowed? Supreme Court of India said export of goods should take place to claim duty drawback. What it means? It should cross 12 nautical miles from the baseline, then only export to claim duty drawback. If before crossing the 12th nautical mile, that vessel got sunk into the sea, the vessel sunk into the sea, in that case, not export. Since not export, duty drawback not allowed, said by Supreme Court of India. In the case of Rajendra Dyeing and Printing Mills case, Honorable Supreme Court of India said that the vessel sunk within the tidal waters of India and therefore there is no export. Accordingly, no duty drawback. Accordingly, no duty drawback shall be available on this or shall be available in this case. The tidal waters extended up to 12 nautical miles into the sea from the baseline. If the vessel crosses the 12th nautical mile while sailing towards importer country, sunk into the sea, no problem, export. I can ask for duty drawback. I can ask for duty drawback. Got the clarity, my dear friends? So, in a simplified manner, duty drawback chapter from the examination point of view for the forthcoming May 2022 and November 2022 examination, keeping in mind I presented just like that in a beautiful manner. I hope so my beloved friends who are listeners understand this from their examination point of view. I am highly thankful to all of you, my dear friends, for watching this lecture till the end, and I also request you people, if you like, please press the like button, and further you also share this video value addition purpose for your beloved friends for the examination point of view. It is also be applicable for your CA, CMA, CS students for whom this customs duty drawback chapter is there. For them it is highly useful. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you to one and all for watching my lecture. Happy New Year to all of you, my dear friends. Happy New Year 2022. 2022. New Year 2022. Wish you many success should come to the new year, in the new year for you people. wish you Happy New Year to all of you, my dear friends. To have success in the new year. Thank you. Thank you to Oninda.